Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're walking with Mr. Clay. Of course, I'm Mr. Clay. And we thank God for you coming to this channel. And we give God the praise and the glory for those of you that have been with us since the beginning, and those of you who have been with us here and there's about, and those of you who have just subscribed, as well as those of you who are contemplating subscription to this channel. Like, share, and subscribe. You'll be glad you did. And we thank God for you. Yes, we're in Isaiah chapter 62. The 62nd chapter of Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, yes. And today we are so much into seeing, as I often say, the shift that is happening. This is a biblical shift. Regardless of what those who are players in this shift are doing, it's a biblical shift. Yeah, many have lost their lives. Unfortunately, did not live out their life expectancy. Some have, because they live well after their 70s. And those children that were massacred in different places, those who had no hope and no help in hospitals and places where even the evil ones have even subdued and devastated with their armaments and their weaponry. Yes, we live in a time where many of us that are not in this situation, we look at it with a yawn, but to really go into it, you find out that there's a lot of grief, a lot of death. I mean, you cry over one relative being in the hospital, or maybe subdued, but these are even worse. Not only in certain countries, but also in what we call the father country. Yes, that's even Africa. Africa is not a mother country, it's a father country, period. But either way, the millions that have died, to give you a case in point, in the Congo and Kenya and all over, and then in the past, the slavery, the ships. Yes, when this finally comes to pass with this shift, another shift is going to come. And it's going to be more devastating than this. Because the Most High, He's going to allow these people who are causing this to still thrive, but they will not be in power. But then there's going to come a point where there's going to be a great upheaval. Then the Most High is going to take charge of it itself. And then that stone, those who obey the commandments, statutes, and ordinances of the Most High, those who have not put any other gods before the Most High, and have not made images to bow down to Him before the Most High. The Most High has been clearly specific, and this has been the downfall of the children of Jacob, even the children of Israel. Yes, we have to really be careful of who we worship, because anything, regardless of New Testament, Old Testament, anything we worship beside the Most High, even the Most High declares in the book of Isaiah that He says, I am by myself. There's no one beside me. Who do you like me to? Who do you liken me to? The Most High says this, but yet we've been so pushed into darkness from birth that we forget there's no sun, there's no demigod. All of these are after Egyptian and Greek philosophies. And they've culminated themselves in what we call the 27 letters. And then if you think about it, how in one of the 27 letters, Paul says, I speak this by permission. In other words, he counseled God, and God gave him counsel to say it. There is no way in the Old Testament where God dealt with, more holier prophets, clean, who obeyed the law, statutes, commandments, and ordinances. No way that they could suggest to God, they can petition God, cry before the Most High, and maybe the Most High might be merciful. Because the Most High's way is clean, is holy, and the Most High make a decision is all based on the law, statutes, commandments, and ordinances. And there's a law even in the realm of the Most High. There's a law there. You read the book of Jubilees, the Spirit will tell you, just as it told Moses, what is going on. The feast days, the Sabbath days, all these are also observed in the realm of the Most High, or what you call heaven. But nevertheless, God doesn't give you permission for nothing. You don't tell God nothing you're going to do, and he says, oh, you can do that. That's stupid. Really, plain old stupid. Your Paul says this. This is why I don't subscribe anymore to the 27 books called the New Testament. It is all false, made up after Greek mythologies. That mindset of Greek mythologies, yes. Now, we're in Isaiah chapter 62. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem's sake I will not rest, until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness, and the salvation thereof as a lamp that burneth. We find out that every time the Most High gets ready to deliver the children of Israel, there's always persecution, there's always death and destruction. Oh, you say that your ways are not right. We are just creation. We're just mere creation. We're nothing. We as a chicken to its master. We as even a dog to its master. He can wheel or he don't have to wheel. Many men want that position to be God's over the creation of the Most High. You can be a God all you want, but not over God's creation. No. The creation of God is man, animals, and he specifically gives laws how we should eat, how we should conduct ourselves, and how we should deal with these beings, even human beings. But mankind has simply got sidetracked. Yes, we've gotten sidetracked by spirits who have swayed over the thoughts of men's hearts, according to Jubilees chapter 12 and verse 20. And we ask God to deliver us from those things daily, because it's so easy to get swallowed up. Not like that funny preacher. It's easy to get maneuvered or maligned or deceived by spirits, thinking it's our own thoughts. But we have to go by the law, statutes, they have to become a part of our day, our night, our moonlit skies. They have to be ours. And only then can righteousness, as God says right here, righteousness, which is the law, obedience to the law, go forth after the Most High has, after you suffered a while. It's a true statement, because apparently they see. Then the Most High will strengthen, settle, and establish you. And this is true. And this has been true during the book of Ezra, during the deliverance in the book of, should I say, Judges, during the time of David and Saul, and also during the time of Abram. He says, and the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, your obedience to the law. For the law of God, the righteousness of God is obedience to the law. And all kings thy glory. Now you have to realize in this time, Israel did not have a king. Not an Israelite king. Never. Not even to this day. There is no king in Israel. And there shall be no king. God is your king. The I Am is your king. Sinini Nanini. Yahweh, Yahuwah, or whatever you call him, Yahweh, is your king. He gave that up because of the stiff-neckedness of the children of Jacob. They wanted to be like everybody else. But did not the Most High know what he was doing in such a thing? Now you come and say, oh, we wait for King David, we wait for King... Please, no, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Even God shall be their light. Yes, even the Most High. Israel is a light to the world, not no Jesus or whatever derivative name you have. It says now, thou shalt be a crown of glory in the hand of the I Am, and a royal diadem in the hand of thy God. In other words, you're going to be a holy people if you obey those things that are right before the Most High. See, the Christianity have given you a piety with paganism. This is all the New Testament is about. Piety with paganism. Turn the other cheek. Love your enemies, although they beat the hell out of you. To put it straight, yes. And they subdue you. That's godly. Do God allow you to beat him to death? No. God would, even if he was in the body of this Yahushua or Yahushua or whatever, the Mendicindacy, God would not allow his own creation to beat him to death. Not even a robot maker. It will put that robot down. God is not foolish as man is. No. Matter of fact, flesh cannot contain God. No. No way. You are pagan. He says now, and the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, and all the king glory, and thou shalt be called by a new name, which the mouth of the I Am shall name. Now, look at Revelation. He says that I will give each one of you a new name and a stone, and within that stone is a new name. Didn't he say that? He got that from here. He just made the rest of it up. Whoever wrote that, whoever came up with that theory, game theory or whatever, they were greatly versed in this book. He says, thou shalt be a crown of glory in the hand of the I Am, and a royal diadem in the hand of thy God. Precious. The Most High, oh, how much when a man loves a woman, you talking about when a woman loves a man. No, when a man loves a woman. When the masculine loves the femininity. If you want to put it that way, you are the bride of the Most High. You are the Most High showpiece. You are the beauty of the Most High, even your righteousness that you have decided to obey and do those things that are right, being always in the boundaries of the Most High, which is right and common sense, really. Yes. But there are many that are out of control. See, one thing about the law does not control you. It gives you boundaries that you might remain in control of yourself. This is what the law does. Not only control of yourself with each other, but control of yourself before the Most High. This is what the law does. It's not binding. The law never causes you to stand up, sit down. It doesn't go by a program created to bind you or to cause you to do something you don't want to do. No, it does not. But it's something that you choose to do. Even they wept before the Most High in the book of Ezra when the law was read, because the Most High prepared them for the law through trials, tribulations, and persecutions. Many have died in horrible ways because they refuse to turn to the way of the Most High. But that was just the beginning of death. Is just the beginning. What's to come is horrendous. Hell only means torment. Many people lose their definitions listening to too much television. But anyway, he says, thou shalt be no more termed forsaken, neither shall thy land any more be termed desolate, but thou shalt be called Hephzibah, and by thy land Beulah, for the I am delighteth in thee. Yes, that would be what it means, Beulah. The I am delighteth in you. And how does the I am delighteth in you? Because not only the Most High sees your righteousness, which you have decided to obey the statutes, commandments, and ordinances of the Most High, and also the Gentiles shall see that too, and they shall come running. These are holy people. We trust them. They will not. Yes, you will be the true land of the upright, or of Burkina Faso. He says, and thou shalt no more be termed forsaken, neither shall thy land be any more termed desolate, but thou shalt be called Hephzibah, and thy land Beulah. For the I am delighteth in thee, and thy land shall be married. Married to who? Israel. Married to the Israelites. Married to Judah. Married. You shall one more be joined. For as a young man married a virgin, note that word, that virgin right there, is not a woman of marriageable age, else she would be deleted. This is a woman who have not known a man. And so shall thy sons marry thee. As the bridegroom rejoices over the bride, so shall thy God rejoice over thee. One thing about a virgin to a man is that her womb has never been breached. Neither any part of that womb been breached, and it is ready to receive her husband. This is what God is saying. The land is ready to receive you. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night, that ye may make mention of the I am. Keep not silence. Yes, even the Jerusalem that was built up during the time of Ezra and all the rest of them, there were watchmen at every corner as they built the walls to repel those who were contrary to the program that was going on. He says, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Even a praise in the earth was even Psalm chapter 19. It says, the I am have sworn by his right hand, and by the arm of his strength, surely I will no more give thy corn to be meat for thine enemies. In other words, you're no more going to pick cotton. You're no more going to go to your job and you're working so hard, but yet this person that doesn't look like you, is not favored like you, gets the glory and gets paid more than you do, even if it's under the table. He says, surely I will no more give thy corn to be meat for thine enemies, and the sons of the stranger shall not drink thy wine for which thou hast labored. But they that have gathered it shall eat it. In other words, whatever you make, whatever money you make, you will profit from that money. You will eat that money. You will buy houses, homes, whatever. The praise of the I am. And they that brought it together shall drink it in their courts of my holiness, which is the law, statutes, commandments, and ordinance of the Most High. This is the only thing that can make one holy. You have those offshoots of the law, statutes, or commandments of the Most High that have established their own government, their own ways, namely Christianity, Islam, Catholicism, Protestantism. All of them have got their own righteousness. Surely. And many of them make up stuff. You cannot make up the law. You obey the law. You follow the law. Yes. He says, now, go through the gates. Prepare ye the way of the people. Cast up the highway. Gather out the stones. Lift up a standard for the people. Now you have to realize this is old English, and these people are translating stuff how they see fit, or how they think it should go. Okay? Now, he says, behold, the I Am hath proclaimed unto the end of the world. Say ye to the daughter of Zion, behold, thy salvation cometh. Salvation. Is it going into the sweet by and by? Partly. But salvation is being saved from your enemies. Saved from your oppressor. To the point where you are the head and not the tail. This is salvation. This day. Not tomorrow, not in that sweet by and by. What can the dead do? How can the dead praise the Most High? No way. And this is what God had prepared even the children of Israel that came out of these 3 captivities. He prepared them that they might offer praise, a heartfelt praise, a praise that rendered them unto holiness. To know not, when a child gets beat, and knows why he was beaten, not going to do the same thing over again. You can't just beat a child out of anger. You have to let him know first why you deserve this punishment. And when he thinks of it again, he's going to follow that law or that boundary that you give him. And he's going to decline. He's not going to go that way anymore. She's not going to go away no more. It says, prepare ye the gates, prepare the way of the people. He's not saying prepare the way of Jesus or man. No, this is just setting you up for somebody that's coming. That's all that's doing. But he says for a people, cast up the highway, gather out the stones, lift up a standard for the people. The standard is the law, statutes, commandments, and ordinances of the Most High, which render unto righteousness before the Most High, which pleases the Most High. And the Most High is, just delighted over the righteousness that is in you. This is the glory of the Most High. You say, how can God be so pleased by this stuff? The Most High is the Most High. The I Am is the I Am. Because you have, like grasshoppers, you put them together, they start eating each other. Even if you put grass in there, they still eat each other. Doesn't matter. And this is what happens to the people of the Most High, eating each other up by many means. But now, since they have a law, since they have discovered the Most High, now they say, yes, we have our God. And cry and weep and mourn. Even David, when he received the law, he was so much, just into the law that he danced out of his clothes. This is how these people were. And this is how we get back to the old landmark. Steadily obeying the law, doing the best we can, obeying the law, even though we don't have any Levitical priest. We don't have a sacrifice. We don't have that, but we can do what we can do. Until that day comes when the sons of Levi are cleansed and identified. And the Most High is ready to receive even the children of Israel. The Most High knows this. The I Am knows who are the children of Israel. You don't have to identify yourself. You just follow as you're walking. You can identify yourself all you want. If you're not keeping the law, statutes, commandments, the Most High is not going to receive you. Why should he receive an unclean person into a clean environment? No. Clean in spirit, washed with the law, statutes, commandments, and ordinance, washed with the washings of water, washed in the blood of lambs, bullocks, and what the Most High has prescribed for the children of Israel. You cannot call yourself trying to tell the Most High how to do this. God doesn't give you permission for that, as Paul says he does, and tries to say things about marriage. You're not giving permission for anything. You go by the laws, statutes, commandments, and ordinances. It's what you do. That's what Paul had messed up. It shows you that it's false. God don't give you permission for nothing. He already wrote down what he wants you to say, how he wants you to be, how he wants you to act. Yes, that's how the Most High did it. And you have to really adhere to it. The world can't keep this. Some of the world, yes, Job kept it. But a lot of the world cannot keep this. To them, it is ludicrous. It's no good. They like walking according to their lust and desires and covetousness. He says, now, behold, the I am proclaimed unto the end of the world. Say ye to the daughter of Zion, behold, thy salvation cometh. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. And they shall call them the holy people, the redeemed of the I am. And thou shalt be called sought out, a city not forsaken. They were called that at one time, yes. They sure was. But then they decided to go the way of the Greeks. And this is where you get into the Maccabees and all that 400 years of whatever they call allowing the paganisms of the Greeks, the Grecians, to consume them. And even to this day, the only king of Israel is that of the I am. Ain't no David, because God made a prerequisite of David. If your seed keep my commandments, statutes, and ordinances, your seed line of kings will continue. You have to understand that. There's no Selassie, there's no nothing. There's no mention of even Solomon even marrying Queen of Sheba, even if that was the case. That's the made up story. Just because she came to see him. But if we keep those things that are right and the law, statutes, commandments, and ordinance of the Most High, we will have peace.